An update on Mark List, Wildwood is back, and all of this is coming up on this week's news episode. To start off with, as always, we will talk about the results. For the results from El Paso, Texas for Stadium Series Blue, make sure to check out the most recent MonsterTalk report. The Stadium Championship Series Red in Jacksonville, Florida, racing saw Travis Marion Velociraptor take home his very first competition win of the season. Skills was won by Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. Freestyle was won by Todd LeDuc and Megalodon, and the overall event champion was Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. Speaking of which, I don't know how Adam didn't win Freestyle, because man, that run was absolutely off the hook, with huge cross threads, great pace, and even a backflip. Regardless, he still leads the points on Stadium Series Red as the tour heads to Orlando this weekend. For Arena Series Central in Allentown, Pennsylvania, your racing winners would be Cody Saucier in Dragon at events 1, 4, and 5, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity at event 2, and Brandon Vincent in Gravedigger at event 3. For the Skills Challenge, Brandon Vincent would win at events 1 and 5, Tony Oaks and Thunderosaurus would win at event 2, and John Zimmer Jr. would win at event 3 and 4. In the donut competition, Brandon Vincent would win at events 1 and 5, Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian would win at events 2 and 4, and John Zimmer Jr. would win at event 3. For Freestyle, Brandon Vincent would win at events 1 and 5, Zach Garner Wildside would win at event 2, Tony Oaks would win at event 3, and Cody Saucier would win at event 4. Your overall event champions in Allentown would be Brandon Vincent for events 1, 3, and 5, and John Zimmer for events 2 and 4. Points remain the same as Brandon seems to be running away with the points series as John Zimmer Jr. tries to fight back and overtake Vincent. For Arena Series East in Hartford, Connecticut, your racing winners would be Dalton Widener and Jurassic Attack at events 1 and 2, and Weston Anderson and Gravedigger at event 3. For the Skills Challenge, Weston Anderson would win at events 1 and 2, and Armando Castro and El Toro Loco would win at event 3. For the donut competition, Weston Anderson would win at event 1, and Dalton Widener would win at events 2 and 3. For Freestyle, Weston Anderson would win at events 1 and 2, and Lindsay Reed in Scooby-Doo would win at event 3. Your overall event champions would be Weston Anderson at event 1, and Dalton Widener at events 2 and 3. Points again remain the same as Dalton Widener tries to overthrow Armando Castro for second place on the series, as Weston Anderson continues to lead the series. And finally, for Arena Series West in Wichita, Kansas, your racing winners would be David Alpha and Velociraptor at events 1 and 2, and Elvis Linez and El Toro Loco would win at event 3. For the Skills Challenge, Tristan England and Earthshaker would win at event 1, Elvis Linez would win at event 2, and Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger would win at event 3. For the donut competition, Tristan England would win at event 1, Ashley Sanford in Megalodon takes her first career win at Monster Jam at event 2, and Kristen Anderson would win at event 3. In Freestyle, all 3 Freestyle competitions were won by Elvis Linez. Your overall event champions would be Tristan England at event 1 and Elvis Linez at events 2 and 3. Tristan England continues to lead the series as Elvis Linez tries to return to the top of the series standings. Moving on to the independent results for the Monster Truck Insanity Tour in Ada, Oklahoma, Barbarian would sweep the entire weekend. And for the All-Star Monster Truck Tour, their point series is winding down, and here are the championship standings heading into Spartanburg, South Carolina. In first place is Triton Robbins in Crazy Train with 443 points. In second place is Montana Robbins in Playing Crazy with 398 points. Elliot Miller takes third place in Sinister with 372 points. The team of Kevin King and James Owens in Whole Shot takes fourth place with 280. Joe Sylvester in Bad Habit takes fifth place with 270 points. In sixth place is Corey Snyder in Toxic with 267 points. And in last place, in seventh, is Joe Yuri in the Ice Cream Man with 247. That's it with the results. On to the news and our first story. As up first, an update on the Mark List situation. Since last week's news video, there has been lots of things happening with this situation regarding Mark List. Just to catch everyone up to speed, Mark List has now missed out on 3 weekends, with only one weekend having an explanation as to his absence. Many have been theorizing as to why that is the case, but today I hope to put the pieces together and clear some things up. For starters, Charlie Porkin will still drive El Toro Loco this weekend in Arlington. Afterwards, for the stops in Nampa, Vancouver, Seattle, and Glendale, newcomer Chelsea Van Cleve will get her first opportunity to drive in the States and in stadiums. She is currently the international driver for Blue Thunder and Zombie, and the following weekends after Arlington will prove incredibly viable as she shows the fans what she has to offer. We would like to congratulate Van Cleve as she takes on this great opportunity. Focusing back on Mark List, something interesting occurred shortly after last week's news video was published. At the time of recording, Mark was still listed on Monster Jam's driver pages. Now, he has been completely removed. He is still listed for all future stops past Glendale. However, with the recent announcement of Chelsea Van Cleve driving the truck for the next 4 weekends, I think it's safe to say that Mark List no longer works for Monster Jam. This would explain why he has been removed from their driver page, but is still listed for future shows, as those shows they have not yet found a driver to fill in. As those weeks get closer, another fill-in is sure to be announced. Any updates on this story will be covered in a future news video. Wildwood is back. Wildwood, New Jersey has played host for numerous Monster Truck events for years. This event is not to be confused with the regular Monsters on the Beach show held at Virginia Beach. Wildwood holds similar and just as enjoyable events over the years, even going as far to having some events broadcasted to TV in the late 90s and the early 2000s. The Monsters have returned for 2023 with a to-be-announced lineup and date. Any more information about the events in Wildwood are to be covered in a future Monster Truck 5 of the Week closer to the commencement of the event. Outlaw Monster Truck Drags announces partnership. The Outlaw Monster Truck Drags are one of the more unique Monster Truck tours in the United States. The tour is the only tour to routinely feature unique, action-packed, and nostalgic straight-line racing at every event. The tour has been mainly hosting shows in the Canfield, Ohio area, but this recent announcement will see them take on new stops. The announcement post reads, "We are proud to announce that the Outlaw Monster Truck Drags will be the official infield show for the 4-Wheel Jamboree Nationals for 2023. We will bring 8 monster trucks competing in a legitimate point series to Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, July 7th through 9th, and Indianapolis, Indiana, September 15th to 17th. These 2 shows' points for our competitors will count towards the Outlaw Monster Truck Drags final show of 2023 in Canfield, Ohio, where we will name our Triple Crown winner." The tour has yet to feature a proper point series, as the tour has on average only done about 1 to 2 shows per year. With it being a relatively new tour and its owner Joe Sylvester running in other leagues like the All-Star Monster Truck Tour, It's very understandable that it's taken this long for the tour to adopt a point series. Fans are buzzing over this announcement, as Canfield, being a former Pender Point Series stop for the four-wheel Jamboree, is a great way to end the series. Not to mention that it has been a regular stop for the series over the past 2 years. It will be incredibly exciting to see what this point series will offer, as the lineup is still to be announced. Make sure to stick around on MonsterTalk for any future information. New truck debuting. A brand new truck will be debuting this weekend, and that truck is the Warhead Monster Truck. Warhead will be debuting at a show for Monster Truck Insanity Tour that will be featured on the Monster Truck 5 of the Week. This team is known for the mini monster version of Warhead, driven by Mike Mentor. They have been posting the build from start to finish on all of their social media platforms. It is great to see a new team in the industry, and we wish them the best of luck, and we cannot wait to see what Mentor can do in a full-sized monster truck this weekend. The Monster Truck 5 of the Week is back, and here's all the shows and tours that are touring the globe. Stadium Championship Series Blue is heading to Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium. Stadium Championship Series Red heads to Orlando, Florida at Camping World Stadium. The Motor Center in Portland, Oregon is the next stop for Arena Championship Series West. Arena Championship Series East is stopping by the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois. And Tupelo, Mississippi will be the next stop for Arena Championship Series Central at the Cadence Bank Arena. Do note that this is a non-points event, as Tony Oaks in Thunderosaurus and Cody Saucier in Dragon will not be competing. Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live is heading to Rockford, Illinois at the BMO Center, and the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Europe Tour is going to the Wiz Inc. Center in Madrid, Spain. The Toughest Monster Truck Tour is back, and they will head to Saginaw, Michigan, and the lineup will feature Dirt Crew with Jerry Beck, Dozer with Jack Brown, Maximus with Darren Basil, Tailgater with Tim Jones, Toxic with Corey Snyder, and Stinger Unleashed with Zane Ratu. The All-Star Monster Truck Tour heads to Spartanburg, South Carolina, and will feature Crazy Train with Triton Robbins, Plain Crazy with Montana Robbins, Sinister with Elliot Miller, Ice Cream Man with Joe Uri, and Whole Shot with James Owens. The Monster Truck Insanity Tour heads to Klamath Falls, Oregon, and will feature Rat Attack with Jacob Ludwig, Airborne Ranger with Joe Cypher, Wildcard with Eric Swanson, Hillbilly with Tim Manchester, and the debut of Warhead with Mike Mentor. The Monster Truck Nitro Tour heads to Medford, Oregon, and will feature Monster Patrol with Casey Cromschroeder, Carolina Crusher with Cameron Tweedy, USA 1 with Rodney Tweedy, Barefoot with Logan Tweedy, Barely Tame with Mike Rowley, Skull Crusher with Shane Plato, Scattered with Lee Plato, and Shameless with James Collette. And finally, No Limits Monster Trucks heads to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and will feature Thrill Billy with Rod Schmidt, Redneck Rampage with Brandy Schmidt, Psycho Circus with Mason Rife, Black Widow with Travis Rife, and Earthquake with Alan Fernstermaker. I want to hear your thoughts about the news we covered today. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Thank you everyone all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content.